Hey guys, I'm excited to start the skills training, and today we are starting with Microsoft Word, very powerful word processing software from the Microsoft company. And I'll be taking you through the Calvary Academics through the manual. If I can just open the manual for you, you can see there. This is the manual, and just looking at that, you can see we are going through quite a bit of topics, actually 19 topics to be exact, 19 recordings that we're going to be doing. So we're very excited to share that with you. And the nice thing about technology these days is we are in a position today where we can actually do this on the screen. So we've got this opportunity now where I can actually physically show you how to do this stuff. I've been working in Word for many years. As you might know, I'm not just a pastor, I'm not just a lecturer at Heartbeat Christian Academy and Passion for Christ. I'm not just involved with radio broadcasts, but we also have an IT company. So that's why I'm excited to share this with you. And this is basic stuff, but I also think stuff that students will require, not just in the studies, but also for the workplace. I mean, if you know how Word works, it just makes you so much more employable. There are literally millions of people using the Microsoft Office suite. So it's a very popular suite. It's the most popular. And the nice thing is that it's very similar to other products like LibreOffice, OpenOffice, and other products that are also out there that are open source products and that are free. So we are going to be getting into that without any further ado. And just wanted to take you through some of the objectives for the course as we go through it. This is lesson 1, and we are talking about getting started with Word. Now, I don't know what your experience is currently with Word. I don't know how much experience you've had with Word. If you've worked on Word before, you might have worked on Word a lot of times. Word might be something that you're very used to. So you might find this a bit elementary. You might think, well, this is basic stuff. Yes, I understand that. But it's part of the curriculum and we have to go through it. Other people might be excited and say, yes, I'm going to learn some new things. So there we go. We are starting with getting started. And then just looking at that, we are going to be looking at the ribbon. The ribbon is new in from 2007. How new that is, however, not that new, but from 2007 we started with the ribbon. I'll take you through the ribbon. We're going to be looking at the Backstage View, which also started in 2007 edition of Word. We're going to be looking at the Quick Access Toolbar, something that people don't often see and they very seldom look at it, and it's easy to overlook that and to be sort of oblivious that it's there, but I'll show you how you can actually use that to your benefit and it can speed up your workflow. And then also we're going to be looking at the ruler, and we will be doing different segments where we will also look at the ruler when it comes to tabs and setting paragraphs and margins and stuff. But today we will just be starting off by taking a basic look at the ruler, and then we will be creating and opening documents, which is a nice thing. You have to be able to do that. Obviously, it's a requirement for us to open documents and close documents and be able to do new documents and also open our recent documents, and we will be looking at those kinds of things. So yes, it might be a bit of a simple class today, but it's the getting started, so we don't want to go too deep. The notes are available, as I always mention. You can contact me if you need the notes. There's a manual for this, actually a physical printed manual that we have, but I think in terms of guys studying online, it's easy to just look at this in PDF format, so you've got the notes that we are sharing at the same time. And then again, if you're watching this and you want to contribute to the ministry and assist us to keep on with the training, then send us some funds into that account. It's something that we always just mention for those that want to partner with us. Now, if you don't have the manual, as I said, you can look at the manual. You can ask us for the manual. We will give you that manual absolutely free. You don't have to pay for it. We can send that to you in PDF format. And what I normally do is, just as a note, is I actually put in the headings on the manual here, so it's easy for me to navigate So there we've got lesson 1 and we've got lesson 2 starting there. So I just navigate that way by having the headings, and it's easy then for me to also keep to the curriculum, which the first aspect that we want to discuss is the ribbon. And I want to take you actually now to a second screen where I've got the office deployed, and where I can actually physically show you. There I am on the screen again, and then I can actually physically show you what to do on the ribbon and what the requirement for the course is. So I've got the manual open on the one side so that I can personally see, and then I've got myself open, so I'm running multiple screens here, so bear with me. Let's just take that one. There we go. Okay, so on the ribbon side of it, the curriculum requires that we actually just mention that the ribbon was introduced in 2007, and the ribbon has various groups under headings, and you can see that there at the top as I move with my mouse. I hope you can see that there are various groups. So if you click on one group, various options open underneath, and we will be still covering some of these options, but for now you just need to know this is called the ribbon, this part here. And if you remember the previous versions of Word, you will remember that it's almost looked like that, where you just had a file drop down menu, but now we have the ribbon. So you can also see, for instance, there's a Foxit PDF there, which is a third-party application I wrote. So this is called plugins. So you find that many of the apps will actually have plugins inside the ribbon, and then you can access those apps from there. So first of all, I just want to show you how to, which I've just actually showed you, but I'm going to just show you slowly how to maximize and minimize the ribbon. And just also a little note there. If you, for instance, if you hover a lot of times over the thing, it will actually tell you what the shortcut key is. So hovering there, it says that to collapse the ribbon, Control F1. So if I press Control F1 on my keyboard, if I want to do a shortcut, I can actually toggle it on and off. So I can either go click there, then the ribbon's gone. Why would you do this? You would do this to have more space in your work area. So for instance, you don't want to see the top part there, so you have some more space there. And then also just another little tip that I want to tell you is that you can also use Control and a scroller on your mouse, if you have a scroller on your mouse, to actually zoom in and out, zoom your workspace in and out. Now that's pretty handy. Sometimes if you, for instance, have like text on there. Now I'm going to just push Control F1 on my keyboard, and I've put the ribbon back there. So say for instance you've got a lot of text on your screen there, and the text, and we'll talk about this. The text font size is 11, so it's small. You can zoom in and out to view the document, and that's also quite handy when it goes to PDF documents. So that is the minimizing and maximizing of the ribbon. And the nice thing with Microsoft, it's pretty preemptive. So if you hover over things and you stand a long time, it will actually tell you exactly what that is going to do. So you just need to be able to actually read. If you want a bold text, it says there bold. If you want a italic text, it says italic. And the nice thing is it also gives you the shortcuts. So maybe some of these shortcuts you can learn. Control+B will give you bold text and stuff like that. So, but we'll get into all of that. But for this lecture, you need to know that there's a ribbon. You need to know that you are able to collapse the ribbon by pressing there. And then when you open any of them again, the pin ribbon will be available there, and then you can pin it, which is also the same Control F1 command. And you access the various tabs under the ribbon by pushing on it. And a little arrow showing downwards, like there and there and there, indicates that there are more submenus. So for instance, there under header and footer, there's more submenus. But under Wikipedia, there's no submenu. So if you push there, for instance, under shapes, and you push on the arrow there, it opens the submenus. And then the submenus gives you the opportunity to select those items. So that is the ribbon. And you need to play around a bit with the ribbon, learn how to navigate on the ribbon. And as we go through the course manual, and you might have it, that is what it will show you. And that is on page 3. And then going to the next topic, which is customizing the ribbon. you can actually customize the ribbon by right-clicking on the ribbon, and then you say customize ribbon. So right-click on the menu, customize ribbon, and then a subscreen opens up right there, and you can then see that there are various options there. Just to give you an example, if you look at the home tab, for instance, there's your home tab, and so that is the home tab there, and there's the home tab up there. You can see it there. I can't select it now because this one is open. Say for instance I select to actually remove the home tab. I click their home tab, I uncheck that, so that means I'm going to be removing the home tab off the ribbon, and I say okay. You will notice that the home tabs actually disappeared there on the ribbon. So how do I get it back? Again, slowly you go and you hover on top of the ribbon with your mouse pointer. I'm doing it there in the corner. You right click and you say customize the ribbon, and then you've got one option here where you can actually reset. You can put the defaults back, or I can just go and click what I've unticked there. So I'm selecting the home button, and you must look on the corner there now. It's going to come back. It's back in the corner. So that's pretty much how you customize the ribbon. Just looking at the curriculum here, this is what is required. You can also add a new tab and a group, but you can read that all in the manual. You can add a group and add new tabs, and then it gives you some customizable options. So if you go to the ribbon there and you've got here, you can actually add some of these across to that side. So you see there's an add button here. So if I wanted to add email, I could add it, and it would add it to the ribbon, and you could really totally customize your entire ribbon setup. So when you open your Word, for instance, only the stuff that you want is there. And a lot of people that have extensive work to do, they only put the stuff on here that they use, because they don't want to open up a tab and see all of that. They will take some of those stuff off, and they will really customize the ribbon. So you can really play around with that quite a lot. And just customize your ribbon. This is what the curriculum actually wants you to do. So the next topic that we're going to be discussing, and I just want to get rid of that on the screen, is the Backstage View. Now the Backstage View, as I've mentioned just in the introduction, the Backstage View is also quite new in Word. Well, new from 2007. And this is what the Backstage View looks like. How do you access the Backstage View? Well, it's pretty easy. You go to File, and you click on File, and as soon as you've clicked here, you are now in what is called the Backstage View, and you can basically it lands on the Info tab, just giving you the information of the document. But the next thing we have to do actually is we have to go and we have to do a new document. So the first thing I want to do is a new document. So I've now, just to recap, I've clicked on File, I've gone to the Backstage View, and now I'm clicking on New. Okay, so now I've got an option here, New Blank Document. You'll see it on the side there, which is nice. I mean, I can do a new blank document, but I've also got an option of choosing, sorry, I just want to, okay, no, that is as big as we get. I've also got an option of choosing templates here. So I've got existing templates that I can choose. So for instance, if I wanted to do a business card in Word, I could click on business cards. If I have an internet connection, the online options would open up. And you can see there on the side, you can see there's 126 business card presentations, letters, different types of things. Just go back, and then I'm out of the Backstage View. Click there. Just click on File, you're back in the Backstage View. I go New, just to recap. Say, okay, I want to do a letter, so I click on Letters, and this is when you want to use templates. And I'm sure we'll talk about this a bit more, but say for instance, I like that template. The only thing I have to do is I have to double click on it, and then it will download that, and now I've got that template right in my Word, and I can go and customize it. So this is pretty nice if you want to use templates that are already existing in Microsoft. You can use them, and they're very nice. So I'm just going to close this one and say don't save it. Here's the original one that I've been working on. So just to recap, you go Backstage View, you go New, and you can open either a type of a design letter, flyer, whatever you need, and there's a lot of templates you can search online, or you can open a new blank document. If you open a new blank document, that's exactly what it does. It opens a new blank document. So any questions you guys can post, or you've got my email address and my WhatsApp, you can ask me. But I do think that is pretty self-explanatory. And that is what the curriculum requires. You need to be able to go to the Backstage View. You need to be able to open a new file, and you need to be able to open a template, which I think I've showed you how to do. The next thing you need to be able to do is to look at the quick access toolbar and identify that. Now, that little portion on top there is the quick access toolbar. You can see there, for instance, is a save button on there, and there's a back button. And that is the quick access toolbar. So what I can do is, if I right click there on the ribbon here, I can actually add to the quick access toolbar straight out. So I need to right click on the ribbon and say exactly the same place where I said customize the ribbon. Now I'm just saying add to the quick access toolbar, and I can add to quick access toolbar. I can choose anything that I want to add to the quick access toolbar. I can add it right there. So that's pretty nice to do. I can customize the quick access toolbar as well. So I can go customize quick access toolbar, and then I can actually add stuff there. So I've added styles. Now I'm removing styles. Say I want to add bullets to the quick access toolbar. Why would I do this? Well, for instance, if you land on your document, and you normally land on home and you're typing documents here, but there's something under, say, view that you use frequently, or under reference. Say you use under reference, you use something frequently, or any of the other ones for that matter. Say you use your Zoom a lot. You can actually right click on that, and you can add it to the quick access toolbar straight away. So that means you don't have to actually go there, open view, open zoom. You can actually go straight there to zoom the document to 100%. And as you can see, my document was actually zoomed more, because remember what I showed you with the mouse and the control? I zoom it in to be able to sort of show you, which is a nice little trick. And we'll do those little tips and tricks throughout the course, throughout the skills course at Heartbeat Christian Academy. We want to give you the necessary skills so that you can do the work. So let's recap, just so that we are ready, because some of the students might need to do an evaluation as part of their phase 1. If we look at what we need to know, we need to look at the ribbon. We need to know what the ribbon is and identify the ribbon, and then identify the submenus in the ribbon. We need to be able to minimize and maximize the ribbon, which was back there, if you remember, or using the Control F1 key, and to restore it, Control F1. To restore it from here, you actually have to select one of the items on the ribbon and then just pin it. Now it's pinned open again. Then we were talking about customization of the ribbon, which is right click, customize ribbon, customization of the quick access toolbar, the little toolbar up there, which is right click, customize, or right clicking on any of the items and adding it straight to the quick access toolbar. We also spoke about the Backstage View, where you, if you remember, you always just click on File, then you go to the Backstage View. We'll be looking at the Backstage View more throughout the course, but for this lecture, we need to know that we can do a new document here, and under new document, we've got the option of a blank one, and we've got the option of a template that we can use. Then we can select templates. We go online and download these templates from Microsoft if we have a legal version of the software. Then we also looked at blank document, and then opening an existing document is open. And normally your documents, your recent documents are lying there on the side. But if the document's not there, you will have to browse. So then you will have to go into the browser here on the side, and you can see normally there's that is recent documents. This is your OneDrive. We'll talk a bit about that. It's cloud storage, so you can store it on multiple computers. If you log in with your Microsoft account, the document that you've been working on this computer will also be on your laptop, for instance, if you've saved it in a cloud drive. To give you an example, I'm currently using my iPad to do slideshows for my pastoral training, the 3rd year training. I'm doing this on my bed at night, and I'm saving it to the OneDrive. And then I just open it when I get to my laptop. I just open it on the OneDrive. That is very nice to have, because you can work on documents across various devices, and you can also collaborate with other users. So you can have other people, give them access to the files, and they can add and subtract. But that's a bit advanced for this lecture, but I thought I'd just throw that in for you. Then we spoke about like I said, the quick access toolbar, the Backstage. Then we just have to look at the ruler now, and just identify that there is a ruler, because at this stage we're not going to be doing much with the ruler. And then also that you can, if you wanted to get rid of the ruler, you could get rid of the ruler, you could hide the ruler. So that you can do. And for later stages, you will see that there's points on the ruler that you can actually use tabs and just do that. You can just read in the book where you've got view and then ruler. So it says go to view, and then you can say ruler on, ruler off. Ruler on, it's a toggle switch, ruler on, ruler off. I like to see the ruler. Sometimes when I'm doing a document, I actually just go straight and I just drag the ruler to change the to just change the points on the ruler. You can drag it to change your margins. You can drag it. I mean, now I'm just making the margin closer to the left, and there I can make it to the right. So if I wanted more text to fit in, the ruler can play a vital part. And like I said, you can also add tabs on the ruler. Straight here, you can go and add a tab somewhere, and when you push your tab key, it will always go to those points on the ruler. But we will do this when we talk about columns. But say, for instance, you don't want a physical column where somebody, you want to put some documentation or some columns in the same place. Every time you want to hit the same place, you put those tabs there, and when you go there, it will be right in alignment. And I'm just tabbing now on those two links I put on the ruler. So that is why you would want to see the ruler, because you could add a lot of them and just organize your documents. But I mean, that is not this lecture, so I'm just giving that to you so that you know. We spoke about creating documents, opening documents, and we also spoke about, that's basically it. We've got the ribbon, the quick access toolbar, we've got the ruler, we've got the Backstage View, we've got the opening and the closing of documents, and that's taken us literally to the end of this lecture, which is wonderful, because now you can go practice, and that's what I want to sort of get at as far as I'm concerned. The main thing for you is to practice. If I was you, I would practice on Word, I would play around on Word. I would actually, this is a great opportunity for you to actually learn how Word works and how to actually spend more time, because the time that you spend on Word and the time that you spend training yourself in Word will be very, very valuable, because you will end up using that time better, because you'll be able to be effective, do documents, be more employable, design books, design business cards, design all sorts of things. I mean, I know people that have actually designed websites in Word. Yes, you can do that. Obviously not the proper application for that, but it's made that you can do it. You can design in Word. A very, very powerful application. So I hope I'm going to see you in the next lecture. The next lecture we will talk about text basics. That's lecture 2 on Microsoft Word. Thanks for watching the skills course. Again, if you need notes, you can contact me. If you want to ask some questions or give some comments, you can contact me. And then also, if you want to support us, there is the banking details. God bless you, and we'll then see you in the next lecture.